Mbote, away nusiemi kambote keno. Luvuvamu yala. All praises to Tatanzambi and Pungu, Akongo Yave, Sonina Nini Samanla, Modimo, Nkulu Kulu, Igwe. Well, of course, they say Deus still in the Portuguese, but that's still Zeus and all the other words. But we'll get into that. Akongo, Mani Kongo, Yaya Kongo, Zambian Kirsi, Zambian Zola, Zambian Pungu Tilendo, Zambian Betwabu, Bayete and Kosi Kimba Hallelujah. You come humbly to Tanzania Pungu, Manakumba Se, Imana Vela Masadi Seto, Saku Panza and Zinga. The Tanzambian Pungu Father, we come humbly before the throne of Zulu to continue to wake up and see Kama, the people, the Banabetu, Visolele, out of their coma, out of their sleep. As we are continuing to perish for lack of knowledge, the world is indeed lack of wisdom that they think. We know the world is continuing to be brought into darkness because of those who are continuing to be fast talkers, slick-tongued devils, peddling more and more of their elixirs like a salesman that don't understand that the world is being tricked into this. They call it a cult, but they themselves are the cult. All a cult means is hidden, but we know Tatanzambi, the world continues to not understand what the occult really is as far as how they play both sides. And we pray Tatanzambi that we will continue to expose those who are doing sorcery, witchcraft, kendoki, voodoo, any type of this we know Halloween is a major witchcraft and sorcery spell on all the world. And so is also these fake feast days and holidays that have been perpetuated all around the seasons that are doing everything backwards, that are spitting on the grave of Tatanzambi, Kusa Kongo, of Mayamona, that is actually causing devastation to the world, but they cannot have the peace that they desire. People's bodies and structures, Tatanzambi, we know many people are struggling with illnesses and sicknesses. People are having issues with their bodies. People are wondering what's going on with all the sorcery, with all the wickedness. You know, we saw once there was a judge that we saw who had a meltdown about the killing of Black people in Tennessee. And we're going to break that all down as well, that they don't understand it has everything to do with what they worship. And we pray Tatanzambi because even the scientists are based off of the Mammon spirit. Even any and all education is based off the Mammon spirit. And every kind of force of worship, military, everything that has been done is capture the flag of the Mammon spirit. Bayete and Kosi, Kemba Hallelujah. I'm going to start the song. Again, I don't own the rights to the song. Up to Wikichila, again, Kokisi Ambote. I'm going to give many secrets today that they do not want people to know is the real way the world spins, because as long as you're on that hamster wheel, everything's good. When we start pulling you off that hamster wheel, then I'm the bad guy. That's the way it works. Once you can think, you're the bad guy. When you don't think, everybody's fine. Because you're really going off a cliff like they hunting the buffalo or hunting the mammoth, but with the club over your head, like I talked about. So you're seeing the wrong stars, okay? Instead of connecting to the spiritual understanding. It doesn't matter if people think they have spirituality, and all this yoga and stuff. The Zen goat God is very crafty in how he keeps changing himself over and over. Okay? And the Most High knows that Azazel is going to make you stupid all your life. And sadly, this is what's causing family members to be separated, or people to be arguing, or issues with their houses, or what's really going on with the finances, and causing divorces and causing people, because this is intentional. And also, while you have slick-tongued pastors standing up there preaching two different gospels and you don't even know it, in every form of religion, including the three frogs of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Because Christianity is the mixing, and so is Islam and Judaism, of two different doctrines. But they're not going to tell you that. Okay? The Mammon spirit always manifests in the house of Baal. And that's the concept. That's how the world is being financed by those who should not be in the house of Baal. So again, the masquerader will always pay people to spit on the grave, pee on the grave, crucify again the flesh, the one who is actually taking away all debt of the mammon. Okay? That's why they want to still keep spinning it like he didn't die for sins. It's not like that. This is the concept that people don't understand. He did not become sin. That's another false doctrine. That's a lie. The Sanhedrin going to keep promoting it. Yes, he was cursed with the cross, but he did not commit any crime. So that makes he did not commit any crime against the laws of Massa. Okay, so because of that, he was worthy of becoming the priest and the judge. In Ganganzambi and Ganganvala, they say in Zuzi, that was another word we use for Esau. Okay, the judge. Okay, priest. They say Kohanim. That's a Canaanite word. Okay, we did not say Kohanim, but you believe whatever you want. Okay, so we're going to get into it because the problem is the world doesn't understand the people who are on the bottom are now on the top, and the people who should have been on the top are now on the bottom. It's not about race, color, creed, nothing. It's about bloodline. It was always about bloodline. And this is the deception. The problem with the white people is now that the bloodline is black, they don't want to accept it, but they don't understand that that's what saves you. That's what keeps you out of the pit. They don't understand this. That's what pulls you out of the matrix. That's what pulls you out. But then to know who these people are specifically, that now changes everything. Okay? But at the same time, you now manifest the power to be the bank and not them. Okay? And what I mean by that, I mean literally you become a bank. And the word bank, of course, if you listen to Jordan Maxwell, I said, don't believe everything he says. He's also part of them. He's going to tell you a truth with a lie. The banking system is based off of the River Nile. 100%. They got two River Niles. They got one over in Egypt and they got one in Mississippi. Okay? They know it's all the same. Egypt is everywhere. Okay? The whole purpose of making countries is for capture the flag and hoisting your own banner for the pirate. That's why they sing the song, hoist your colors high. And the pirate is Cain, who is Nimrod, who is Lucifer. He is the robber and the thief of the temple of the Most High, and he is all religions. So it doesn't matter. I sat there and I listened to them apologize to the Native Americans. The Native Americans lost their land because of Tammuz, because of Lucifer, because of Amun-Ra. Everybody lost their land back to Nimrod, like the Babylonian, like when he went to go out and get all the tribes of the 70 tribes back under them. That's why they had to give you fake knowledge and take away and understand the concept of spirituality. The Anunnaki themselves destroyed the Native Americans. Okay, they destroyed the Chinese. They did this themselves because they wanted you right back in the temple of Baal, in the temple of Giza, in the pyramid, in the obelisk, which is why you have an Egyptian obelisk in the middle of America that the Native Americans don't understand. That is their sun god that they used to pray to, and that's all the Christians did. And they lied to them about it. They took the sun god of every single nation that they worshipped and said, this is who was crucified. And it's a lie because you're going right back. That's how the Canaanites got revenge on all the other people they had to serve. They made this up. They took their sun god and they made the whole world still worship their own sun god as our sun god, as our Messiah spirit. And this is how the devil deceived the whole world. He just kept reinventing himself in different images and different ways and different cultures when he was the same. They just called him by different names. Okay, they just don't understand the good and the bad spirit, the yin and the yang was always playing games with them because it was always good cop, bad cop in every culture. The Manabetu of Isaele, we are the reason why this happened is because our knucklehead selves don't understand the concept of spiritual temple. Period. Okay, so let me get the song going. This is why you're really putting spells on children and opening up portals everywhere because you don't understand that everything is based off of this deception. Okay? This is why, as you'll see, everybody is attached to the demon of lust. It's not just about sex. All right. Mbote Kimbo Tatan Zombie. Woo! Tatan Zombie. Baete. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This is going to be a big one. This right here, because I have so many people that are thoroughly convinced that I'm working for the enemy, okay, this is why the Most High is going to blow this out of the water. That I'm going to show you exactly how deceived the world is. And this is going to expose the fact that anybody thinks that I'm an agent, okay, this is going to make you eat your words or your thoughts or whatever, or what you're thinking, that you think you caught somebody up in a scheme or whatever. I'm going to show you just how deceived the Most High is going to say that he is spinning these thoughts. The Most High letting Lucifer spin these thoughts in your head, because today I'm going to show you why the world is tricked. This is Revelation 12 and 9. And this is going to show you the difference between a person that's working for the temple of the Most High and working for the temple of Lucifer. Because it's very simple. It's very simple. It's a spell, okay, of multiplicity. The spell of multiplicity is what has everybody chasing the mammon. Starting back when the sorcerers knew how to take money, mimicking the way we did multiplicity with spells, and make it monetized. So of course, Lucifer most of the Tanzami has his kingdom, and Lucifer has his kingdom. Both kingdoms are loaded with gold, but the Tanzami's kingdom has way more. But how Lucifer's kingdom is loaded with gold is it's stolen. So then, when you take his stolen gold, this is the curse of the pirate's chest. This is the curse of the mammon. This is the curse of everything. Anything that comes from the bank of Lucifer is going to bring that attachment. But with that attachment always comes a price. This is why when they're spitting on the grave of the Most High's chosen people and they're pissing on you, yes, okay, this is part of their way they get their money. As long as you damage the temple, do whatever you can to the temple of the Most High's spiritual temple versus, people who are being tricked to be the physical third temple, okay, this is how the wealthy stay powerful, is because all of their wealth comes from the theft of the Banabeta of Isolele's temple, spiritually. The one that Rome really crucified, not the sorcerer that's doing witchcraft and sorcery with the multiplicity that was mimicking and mocking what Kuswa Kongo did when he multiplied. Okay? That's why anyone that shows you how to break out of the secret society banking system will be the bad guy. And you will think, and they will make you think that we are the bad guys when we're the ones trying to help you. And they will make you think that we are also thieves. Okay? But the reality is we are also being stolen from because of those who are doing this multiplicity. And the Most High said that's why everything that's taken from him and those who are his will be given back. Because this is the true Mayamona. This I'm trying to tell people. The true Mayamona is going to show you how to multiply away from Rome. That's why Toko was so dangerous. That's why Kimbangu was so dangerous. That's why Padi and any other people were so dangerous. That's how you can tell the sorcerer from the real one, is because are you multiplying yourself, your own wealth, and your own banking system in you? This is how you got to understand the concept of the temple of the Most High. Okay? Because he said that's what keeps you from lacking in anything. When the Abafundi, the Balangoki, okay, went out and they started to preach the Most High's truth, they did not need to worry about eating. They did not need to worry about money. They did not need to worry about any of these things because they could access the Bank of Congo, the Bank of Tatanzambi. This is why they didn't even want you to know the name. Okay, the Maliki Congo, you are Mbasi. This, I'm going to tell you the real reason why they have embassies in everybody's country. It's not what you think at all. This is why politicians are kept in the dark if they don't know how this works. Because I'm telling you, many of these people sit up in Congress and they don't understand that they are cursing their countries. Because for one, countries don't exist. And the people who sit above the earth, they know that. What they did, and I see this as actually a thing that shows you, they teach you like an ant. You draw a circle around ants and they won't cross it. Okay? You're stuck there in the middle. This is the mock when he said, you remember he said, Look at the ant and how he is. They use this analogy to trick you, because once you start drawing boundaries around something, you will then identify with it. This is what they know. This is psychological deception 101. And then you start giving everybody this is why you have state flags, and then you have federal flags, and then you have, a national, whatever. They actually have a world flag. You've seen it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's the one with the blue with the stars in a circle, which they want to call what is it called? It looks. They even said on the stride it has the Tower of Babel symbolism. The League of, it's called the G7. Okay, this is what they really are. That's the world. That's really the technically UN combined. See, nobody understands why the UN has two of those leaves on the side that Nimrod used to wear in his hair. Okay, people don't understand these things because you don't pay attention, and you're made not to pay attention, and they put you like the ostrich in your head in the sand, and then anybody who makes you take your head out of the sand, you're the bad guy. You're going to be the person who's wicked. These are the people they want to throw away and lock the key up in the prisons or put you in the insane asylum. They're going to be the ones yelling out, oh, conspiracy theory, this person is brainwashed, when they don't even understand what the concept means with having the spirit of the Most High to its fullest. Is you are your own bank. Period. End of story. Done. You're your own money bank. You're your own food bank. You're your own water bank. All of these things. You are your own bank through the Most High. Okay? That's why it was necessary for his people to become divided, because each tribe that had a gift worked together. And then the banking and the whole point of the temple was to make sure that everybody was receiving their blessings. This is why when he really said, does a man rob God? He robbed me in this old nation. What that literally meant, okay, is you were in cahoots with the other side, and you thought you could get a better deal because this is how the devil does it. And then next thing you know, okay, you're not giving him back what he's owed, and you're keeping things to yourself, or you're giving him worthless things. And that was what he was talking about. Okay. And that did not start with the people that come from the mountains of the Europe. That was not Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz, everybody, all the other nations were already doing that. It was his people, the Bana Beta of Isaele, that we messed up because we should have never been doing that. That's why he made the rule of when you have a field that rests for 7 years, or let the poor with anybody who was sick, because the reason how we became poor in his nation was because we did have certain people, okay, that allowed themselves to do things they shouldn't. So he had pity upon them, and this would allow them to come in and help the people who still had a blessing on them. And this would then raise up their spirit. That's the whole point of why Masindisi, Yesue, came and said, I did not come for all of you whose fields are blessed. I came for those who have brought curses upon themselves in their fields. Because everything was about agriculture. Everything was about the gold. Okay, when they say Cibola, city of gold, okay, the city of gold is Congo Bank. Okay, that's why anybody who was really doing his way, their land would prosper with gold. But the reality is, you can also be a thief in the matter and prosper with gold the other way, if you are being paid off by Lucifer to spit on us, on his temple. That's what was going on when he fought against the Sanhedrin, is that they were making deals with people to rob the other people so that everything was going to a few and not to everybody. And that was the way it wasn't supposed to be. That's why he came and said, no, the Father, everybody gets a fair share of what the Father wants them to get. So then no one is lacking. Okay, that's not how this system is designed at all in this country and around the world. Nobody's getting their fair share. Never. Okay? That's the whole concept of how the banking system that you're living in is cheating people, because it is all illegal. 100% illegal, because they are operating off of the pyramid of Babel. They're operating off of the temple of Solomon that is wicked. Okay? Don't let people keep deceiving you about too much with Solomon. Yeah, he built structures, but they weren't always blessed by the Most High. That's a damn lie. Because he turned himself over to the false gods. Okay? So these Anunnaki can still play tricks on you. Yes, they can. Don't matter what color they are. Okay? Black, it don't matter. Okay? If you're sitting there dabbling in the book of spells, it don't matter what color you are. You're still going to be putting yourself in a deficit, because the problem is the Most High's bank multiplies you. Okay? And this is what people don't want to know. Okay? And I'm not here to reveal secrets or whatever and people being deceived. What we're trying to show you is if you want to get out of this lie, stop giving to the piggy bank of Lucifer. This is what's going to crash the dollar. You don't understand the whole concept. None of these BRICS things, the way you're talking, yeah, they're running it. They want to be their own. All they're saying is that we want to be our own bank. Okay? No one can be their own. This is why they're fighting it. No one can be your own bank still being in the pig cult. No. The only way you can really be your own true bank is if you are in the system of the Most High. But see, it's still the same bank. This is the delusion. You cannot have any banks. There's only two banking systems, period, that exist. There's the kingdom of the Most High and there's the kingdom of Lucifer. So all these people talking about BRICS, okay? You're still under Tammuz unless you switch over to the true creator. That's the delusion that the Father is trying to show you. He said, all of these banking systems run off of my people because they are the gold, they are the silver, they are the anointed ones. When he said, okay, I'll even take you to the scripture. Okay, he says it right here. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. If I can do the paraphrasing, I don't know the exact wording because they changed it anyway. Then silver and gold scripture. This is how Christians themselves are so deceived. If you were the silver and gold, all right. Now it's Psalms 119:72. This is how you're being tricked. The law from your mouth is more precious to me than thousands of pieces of silver and gold. When you don't have the law, statutes, and commandments in the spirit, you are spitting out garbage. And they know this. And they can touch you and they can do whatever they want. All these people that keep talking about, oh, we can become private citizens. We can get rid of the straw man. Not if you're in a religion, you can't. Because even if you cut yourself off of the Federal Reserve, and I'm going to get to that here in a minute, okay, your religion still puts you in bondage because you're still paying tithes to the Pope. It's all a trickery. It's all a one big cycle. I sit here and laugh when Christians tell me I'm not a Catholic. You better believe you are. This is the laugh the Pope has on the whole world. Everybody is actually a Catholic. The whole world is a Catholic because you don't even know what Catholicism really is. That's where they're laughing at you. Okay? It's not just the rituals that they do, it's the spirit that they're in when they're doing it. This is where they're tricking you. And then, of course, they have taken from our ways that they have cheated it, is they've taken our people who did have spiritual ties to then cheat and go do miracles and stuff with the bones and the spirituality of those who really had the Holy Spirit, because that's how far it goes. You can make holy water off of a person that had the Holy Spirit. Yes, you can. And they've been cheating like this. And they act like they're sprinkling it on you, but it didn't come from them. They came from us, the Banabetu of Isolele, of the chosen ones. And this is where the devil continues to deceive the whole world. Okay? Because the point is, they know they cannot be around light. So the more that they do it in their spirit, they lower your frequency. So you're only basically glowing at a low frequency, or you're not glowing at all. And this is when you actually turn to the dark side of the force. Okay? So now, the one thing that the world does not get, anybody who is involved with any form of secret society will not enter the kingdom, period, unless the Father understands this person, okay, was actually forced in it like Lucifer, because they are Luciferian. That's why they're going to continue to get mad at me. But they have now said it themselves. They've actually been telling you. So they really can't get mad at me because they're confessing it. One guy got up on a thing and he said, yeah, to become a priest of the Church of Satan, I had to become a Mason, then I had to become a Catholic priest, and then I became a priest of the Church of Satan. Okay, so they're telling them on themselves. Because Lucifer, at this point in time, as he don't understand, he must tell the truth to how he has deceived the whole world. Okay? And there are those of us that the Most High makes you think we're double agents or whatever, or triple agents. The delusion is those of us who have already been chosen, we never die. That's why they took the reincarnation stuff out of the Bible and said it was satanic. Okay? So, what is a person that is found virtuous in the eyes of the Father is one that when you're speaking out of your mouth, that the people need to remember the law, statutes, and commandments in their hearts and actually do the Bible. This is your silver and your gold. So now, and I'll show you even the picture. It's funny what his name is. Okay? This particular deity I discovered is a Celtic god. Remember I said the devil has a fake heaven. Here's proof of a picture that they're drawing you. Okay? They would see this horned pig looking God, and look at his name is Moccus. So now you understand why did Dr. Sebi get in trouble? Because that's what causes your sicknesses. Everything is about mucus. All they did was change one letter. Because when you're in their system and then you give away what they don't want people to know, yeah, they're going to get in trouble. Because the Most High can use anybody. And that frustrates the dragon because he don't like that. He doesn't want people to learn how to wake up from the spells that the world is under. And then those who are doing this, yeah, we're always going to be the bad people because we're showing you how to actually manifest the proper wealth way. Because all countries, whether they believe it or not, they're prospering because they're stealing from the temple. And they know it. The people who run the world, they know that. They know that they're stealing from the temple. They just don't want you to know that. So then when you get the Banabetu of Isolele, or what we call the Bukongo people, the people of 1485, that's what King Nzinga did. When he signed the contract with Rome, he turned the temple of the Most High over to the enemy. And this is what Esau's blessing was. He knows this. The breaking of his yoke would be, now I would run the temple of the Most High and steal, which is why he did it through Catholicism when they started it. And then they thought the Protestant church broke this. No, they did not. The Protestant church is still stealing from the temple. And they're going to find this out very soon. That's why all of these pastors are now catching up in a lot of these scandals. Because the Most High is now starting to expose the fact that this is what these pastors in every religion, including all religions, it's not just Christianity, and it's all religions, are really basing themselves off of this pig cult. But then they're going to tell you you're in a cult. They do this for a reason. Okay? That's the concept of why the world now stands in debt. The concept that I did before. All right? So they did this. This is why, because, like I said, I went to this junior high school of Horace Mann, the president. Okay? Why did they create the educational system that they did? Was to teach you just enough to be a worker, but not to think. Okay? And then all the other things that they made when they invented the sports, when they invented all the other things, the clubs and the sororities and the fraternities and all these other things, was for distracting you that you're always feeding the piggy bank. And they don't tell you where the piggy bank really comes from. It's coming from the boar, okay? And it's right here. Here's a picture of what I'm going to show you. This is it. This is a Sumerian statue of the boar that's sitting on the slab. Okay, this is where the word slab really comes from. You go a slab of bacon, a slab of pork, a slab of whatever. It's from the pig that's sitting on the slab. That's the one that the Most High sent to kill Tammuz. Okay? And when they cooked it, they put the apple in his mouth. I think it was a female that did it, because he took off his phallic when he did it. You know, his ding-a-ling was gone. Okay? This boar, they found him bleeding out. So they went and told people, go capture this pig and let's kill it. Okay? This is where the ritual you see in Hawaii, okay, you see in China, when they go and they make a pit. They make a pit and they put the pig in there and they roast it. And then they start cutting off pieces of the pig. Okay? This is to basically, because that's why the Father they knew the Father's law, statutes, and commandments about pork. And see, it doesn't matter that the Muslims don't eat pork if they're still weeping for Tammuz. That's why Lucifer's laughing. It doesn't matter because we're not really supposed to eat pork either, but we don't turn it into a pity thing. I mean, see, we were doing it with condemnation, where they literally wanted to stone you to death for eating pork. That's what he was talking about. They really wanted to kill you. Oh, you broke the man. Okay. That aggression. Okay. So now all he said was, you're not going to go to hell if you accidentally eat some pork. Okay, that's not the way this works. Okay, it just means that if that is what the Most High, if you eat it, you just have to, confess, I'm sorry, whatever. You don't gorge on it, because why he said, I did not change the scriptures. All I said was, if somebody is caught breaking them, do not turn it into a condemnation, but have pity. Okay. And then they made you take what he told to Kepa, that you can just, now he said, I made these things clean. And he kept saying no. What he was trying to show him is that when you go out among the heathen and you start preaching, they are going to be seen eating all of the most craziest things you've ever seen them eat. Okay? So that in an event that you might ingest it, it's not going to mess up your spirituality. You will have cleansing. Okay? Because you don't understand that many cultures back then were eating a lot of different things, and they're still doing it now. Okay? It was never meant to turn it into an actual gorge or a smorgasbord of food. That's why you know that you're in Egypt, because Egyptians eat anything they want. Okay? Now, the Muslims keep thinking, well, we strict to the dietary laws of the Leviticus. No, you do not. I can tell you that right now. You don't. I don't think you don't believe it. That there's still some stuff that you're missing. Okay, and that's part of the deception. Okay, so because the problem is part of your dietary laws is not blaspheming the Father. That's the whole point. If you blaspheme the Father, then it doesn't matter what you're eating. You're going to still be in a deficit in the kingdom. Okay? So you're going to still owe the Most High when you die. And they know that. Okay? Because, see, the concept is that people don't understand is when the Messiah was crucified and when he became the spiritual temple, he paid everybody's debts that now receive him as the high priest to the Father's temple. That's all he became. He replaced the corrupt priesthood with now the priesthood that was going to be uncorruptible. That's all it was. So now when you do, that's why you no longer need to do animal sacrifices like the way we did, because the people who were doing the sacrifice were corrupted. They were not forgiven. They were themselves hypocrites. Okay? That's why he said, you will always break the law of Massa, because not one of you really technically is truly purified or clean. That does not mean that people couldn't operate in the spirit, because the Father did wink at things. But what it meant was everyone had broken the law of Massa. Everybody. Okay? The point was he never did. And this is what made him sinless, not became sin. That's a damn lie. Okay? You cannot become wicked and sinful if you didn't sin at all. This is where Lucifer has doctrines has really messed people up, because that is he became sin destroyer, not the God of sin, who now took away people's sin. No, they're tricking you. That is the sorcerer. Okay, this is what keeps you from being your own spiritual self in its entirety, is when they have you mixing your spirit. So like I talked about the star power, they code this too. What star power? Okay, what star that you are under with star power determines on how you manifest in the spirit. And see, one of the things they don't want people to know as Christians, you're under the wrong star, but you don't know it. Because when you go and you take our way and you mix it with the Canaanite way, which is what Rome did, and the Protestant church did not separate it. No, they did not. Okay? You are still operating under the wrong star power. Okay? That's why you don't even realize, and people get so arrogant and adamant about these pastors and preachers. I know this is right. I know I'm not wrong. When I can just point to the fact, go research the original day of Christmas. It was March 25th. Hello? And even then, what it was really tied to, how they moved it to December, is the 9-month gestation period of a baby. You go 9 months from December 25th, you get December 25th. That's what Rome did. And they said, oh, well, then we're right. Okay. This is the deception. When the point is, because the new year of the Father went totally different than what they were doing, that's why they took out the book of Jubilee, where it says, if you follow the feast days of the heathen, you will always be too soon. Well, they made it even worse because they said 6 days too soon. They made it a whole 9 months too soon. Okay? And this is the 9/11 of Revelation. Okay? So now when we talk about the piggy bank is tied to the pig cult. So therefore, the pig cult is now stealing, and this is why Antiochus went into the temple and slaughtered the pig. When he went into the temple of the Messiah, of the Most High, and he went in there in Maccabee, this is why they don't teach Christians Maccabee. He went in there because he slaughtered the pig to the pig cult, because he was a part of it. And the Romans were the pig cult too. Okay? Every single civilization around the world had the pig cult. You can go look at it. You can go and see every civilization. Chinese, they all had a holy pig somewhere. Okay? That's how they know that you are blind. And anyone who tells you to leave the pig cult, you are the imposter. You are the demon. You are the sorcerer. Okay? Because what happens there is now your body transforms into the actual truth. And when you transform into the actual truth, now your body multiplies the kingdom of heaven inside of you, and you become you have the ability now to actually do the Bible 100%, not just a half-ass job, the whole thing. Okay? This is why you and your spouse must be in the same spirit. This is important, because when you are in the spirit, if one of you is in the spirit of the pig cult and the other one is not, then you draw your energy to the person that's in the pig cult. That is why Tatanzambi and Kusukong and Fumiyisu, but that's why the Most High God, Creator, said, you cannot serve him and the Mammon. The Mammon is the pig cult. Okay? That's what it is. It's the pig cult that was started in Mesopotamia. Okay? That was affiliated with Nimrod, that was affiliated with the Canaanite deities that would manifest themselves in a different way. And don't think that the Egyptians didn't have this ceremony. Yes, they did. So then those of you who are flaunting it all in your face, oh, we're so proud to be part of the pig cult, okay, yeah, we are going to start to see that you're going to manifest the fact that that pride is going to disappear when you start actually seeing that these pits start to open and you become truly the fire, like they put when they put the fire in the pig cult in the pit. This is where he goes when they go down and they do the smoldering and the fire's down in the pit. When you start seeing these things open up and you now go down in the fire, especially those who are the teachers of the pig cult, that's when you're going to realize when he said, depart from me, for I never knew you. Okay? This is the whole interpretation of the correct way of when he said, you teach the children to break the Father's law. And see, you have had politicians die over this. You have had people be destroyed their lives over this. You have people been abused over this because they don't understand that their families are really in the pig cult. You've seen farms taken away. You've seen people default on loans. You've seen people lose their house, their car, their livelihood. Oh, I don't have the money to pay you today. You've seen them, people get their legs busted, especially when you're dealing with people who are doing, the other stuff, the gangsters, the bookies, or he come to collect the money. Okay? This is the way this spirit has infected as a virus. And I'm going to explain to you why the Secret Service has to be the one running the Federal Reserve. And that is because of the Secret Service nature. You are guarding the castle of the pig cult. Okay? And the problem is this goes to every country where these embassies are, why you now have paper money all over the world, when the silver and gold is what they claim to be backing in the oil or whatever you want to call it, when in reality, it's the people who should have been speaking the truth. And what they are doing is they are being used to finance the piggy bank cult. Okay? This is how the ones who were against the Most High and Yol recompensed him. We're going to get your people back into the pig cult, wink, wink, without even realizing by saying that their way was satanic. So what they did, as of course, and sadly, there were still many of us still in the pig cult sometimes that made the Most High angry. We went back to the ways of the heathen, like we were told not to. And then, like he said, you lose your salt. So now the people in the pig cult think that they're the salt. So now the people in the pig cult think that they are actually the blessing. Now the people in the pig cult, they now think that they are prospering. And it's all because, and the only reason why they're prospering is because they're stealing from the people who shouldn't be in the pig cult. Period. You shouldn't even be dealing with the piggy bank. Okay? That's how they made they made the pig that they cooked in the festival of Ishtar look really nice and cute. Oh yeah, put your money in the piggy banks. Oh yeah, come to the banks and everything. Oh yeah, take out loans. Okay, I know. I could tell. I talked to my father was a part of this, and see, they don't tell you. This is the complete opposite of the Levitical laws that the Messiah came to say, I have fulfilled. That's why I keep trying to tell people the entire Roman structure is illegal because they're working off of the wrong temple of Solomon, which is the one that he should not have built. And they're lying to you. And then every religion who thinks they're not doing it, they don't understand that's the way the world, when it says the whore has made the world drunk with the wine of her fornication, it is the pig cult. So that's why they go and they set up all of these people who look like they're occultists and, oh yeah, David Koresh and Jim Jones and everything. And they're laughing at you because you walk into the pig cult every day in the churches. And they know it. Because the point, that's why when my brother said, you don't follow the collection plate. You don't see where your money goes after you put it in there. And just to prove my point that you're learning the scriptures backwards, the person who puts the dollar in the collection plate should have way more money than the person who puts thousands, according to the scriptures themselves. So then why isn't that happening to you? That's the hustle. The people who put the least should receive more. The people who put more should receive the least. Is that what's happening? No. The people who put more get the most. The people who put the least, they get the little bit. That's the opposite. They cater to the people with the bigger pockets than the people with the little pockets. It's a lie. But they have pity upon you in the mockery. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry you're poor. We're going to help you out. When they made you that way because you cursed yourself with the Mammon spirit, because you're actually stealing from the temple. This is why people are really homeless. And they know it. This is why people are really getting sick. This is why people are really having problems. This is why you're going through snowstorms. This is why you're going through hurricanes and tornadoes and hail. It's in the Bible. But you don't read it. So then you go to school where the scientists are telling you, well, this is how tornadoes happen. This is how snow happens. This is how hail happens. And right there in the book of the Bible, the Father gives it right to you how these things happen. So you go and you believe the teacher at school, and then the pastor is saying, go believe the teachers at school, and he's supposed to be reading what it says in the Bible. Oh, the Father, he stored the hail, he stored the snow, he brought the pest, he brought the tempest. Why did he even have a storm raging? This is why they took your brain out, people, and they made you think their way. And you walk by giant penises all day long and you don't even see them. Because that's what the George Washington Monument is. It's a penis. It's a phallic. It stands for the god Osiris. So how can you be possibly not cursing the Father with a country that puts those things all over it? And they're all over the world. Like I said, it's not called the George Washington Monument in Brazil when they have it sitting there. It's not called the George Washington Monument when you're seeing it in Egypt. They're the same. Hello? It's not called, and I'll tell you the correct reason why it's called the George Washington Monument, because George it goes back to the name that they code for Cain. So when you saw me talking about here when Ali was saying, I got to fight George, he's saying, I got to fight Cain. Wink, wink, coded. That's why the Bible even says, for them that wink the eye against me. Because we were doing the same thing with this cult in our own people. When we were weeping for Tammuz, we wink in the eye like this. Because we went back to Amun-Ra. Okay? They don't tell you that winks are really about that. That's why they changed the English from the short eye to the long eye. It was privacy, not privacy. Okay? They left it short for the pig. Okay? That's where pig became pike. Okay? And you had one of those guys who was a major. I said, this is why I said I'm laughing, because, you know, they sit there and they talk about people like Adolf Hitler and they talk about World War II. Adolf Hitler was a Mason. FDR was a Mason. What's his name? Churchill was a Mason. What's his name? Stalin. All these guys were Masons. What war? You don't get it. Okay? Then they don't mention anything about what Leopold was doing in the Congo. And why do you think that is? Because there is where the piggy bank was being funded. All of the gold, all of the diamonds, every one of these countries, I keep trying to tell you, we're not catering to anyone that's now going to continue to feed the piggy bank of the Most High anymore. The point is, you keep thinking that this is going to happen, you're going to be sadly disappointed. because our spiritual power brings us our own wealth. You don't need to ask for anything if you know the Father will. That's why he said, the Father knows what you need even before you ask. Just pray, like I told you, or, this is what people don't get. You cannot sit there and squalor the way you keep thinking, and you're cursing your own land. You keep cursing the lands that you live in. And you see the people getting wealthy, and even though they keep it clean, it doesn't matter. Okay? You're doing the worst things to each other over the mammon. All over the world, people are just getting destroyed because people are chasing a spiritual deity. And they don't get it, is that's why this country going to get hit the hardest. Because we think that we are the best country that God ever created. Ha! Boy, I'm telling you, you're going to find out how stupid you really are. We are the worst country to him because of how things are operating. Because he says, for one, there are no such thing as countries. Lucifer is deceiving the whole world. You're playing capture the flag, and this is your wars. You're playing the Game of Thrones, and this is your wars. You're chasing the cult of Tammuz in different names, and this is why people are hurting each other. Okay? This is the whole concept of no peace. Okay? Americans have no peace. That's why we're always fighting in wars, because we chasing the pig cult, just like everybody else. But then the people who know this, oh yeah, we hate you, we can't stand you, la la la, and they themselves don't even know that they are also used for a sinister objective that won't benefit any of them, because they don't understand the people who brought it to them, they did it on purpose, because they're the ones that really wanted to destroy it. I'm telling you, Freemasonry is Judaism. So if they're running your church, you are Judas. You're playing Judaism. It don't matter if the Messiah is in it. You are still crucifying again in the flesh. Every single Orthodox church or Protestant or whatever you want to call it, the person that's above your organization that sits as the main person is going to keep telling you, I represent God. Yeah, what God? No. So this is why you're so busy listening to these public speakers making you feel good. Oh, I can relate. Oh my gosh, yes, that's my life. They're doing this through witchcraft because they know how to do the spell of mind reading. Many of them do that. Yes. They can kind of, some of these witches and warlocks have learned how to hear thoughts. Yes. So then they can listen to you. Oh, that person's thinking about, and then when they start speaking, you don't even know that now they have gotten you emotionally attached to them. Okay? This is the most powerful spell of the cult of the witches and the warlocks, is mind manipulation. This is the Mabus. This is why when I tell people, if your spiritual being is manifesting in the kingdom, no spirit controls you. You control spirits. So if the conspirators are controlling you, then that means you're attached to somebody you should not be attached to that's hiding themselves. And I'm not talking about the people who's here, the ones that are obvious. I'm talking about the one that's out there that they are blinding you, that they know that they hooked into you. They got their hooks in you. Okay? And I understand that many people don't get it. You can become very much mentally messed up when this starts to happen. Okay? And this is why blind faith is running the world now. Blind faith. And what I mean by blind faith is they're saying that I'm saved by, that's why Toka was saying, it's a deception. If everyone was saved by grace through faith, then what is the fire pit of hell for? Okay? That's the gimmick. This is the game that fallen ones played on these people. I am saved by grace through faith. When grace is the name of an Egyptian deity. Okay? They took one of our songs that we were humming as slaves and turned it into a song that they used to trick the Christians. Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is being sung to the witch. You don't even know it. Even though they talk about, oh, he was a slaver and he figured it out, okay, he still, did he free us? No. Okay, did it free us from the Mammon spirit? No. This is the trick. The whole world is singing Amazing Grace, and there's attached to the pig cult that's sitting there robbing them blind. Because the silver and the gold, they own it. And then they also have the silver and the gold of the Creator under a delusion. Okay? Okay? That's why when he said, no one can serve two masters. Either he will hate one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and materialism. Well, guess what these wonderful people that run the world and rich folks said? Oh, yes, you can. Let me show you. Everything is done away with on the cross. Allah is great and Muhammad is his prophet. And then, of course, the Jewish people, we're waiting for Yeshua. We're waiting for the Messiah. Oh, yes, come with us. We're going to be, we run this world because they bow down to us as the Jews. Come and join us. Come and be a part of this. And we are the God's chosen people throughout history. These are the three ways the devil has tricked all of these people with Nimrod. And you don't even get it. Ishmael, Esau, and Nimrod, Ham, are all now fighting over the bread that belongs to the Banabeto of Isaele, who said, we don't want it. But now we want it back. That's why they're saying, no, you gave it to us. So we're having problems with this. That's why Toko said, you don't even know what you have done here. But then the people who don't even know they did this, they're not running and say, hey, no, that belongs to them. Give them back the bread. No, no, you get some too. Let me hand it out. Okay, this is yours. Okay, that's mine. Okay. They turned it into self-narcissistic ownership, and you don't even own it. The people who are handing you the bread, it's not theirs. They're handing it out. They're exchanging you what they don't even own. So then when you go and you deal with the Father, he's going to look at you and see you are stupid. What are you talking about? All of your praise and tithe and offering went to Lucifer because he put the spell, the whammy on you about what temple you're really in. That's the trick that they continue to run over and over and over every single day until now you don't even see it. It blended into the background and you don't even know you're walking on a fallen angel right now. In most cases, you're always, your feet are on the fallen angel and not on, your feet are not on the holy ground. And then when you try to explain this to people, oh no, see, I have seen God, I have seen. Lucifer is always playing this game. I told you, the fact that the Catholic Church has to go and investigate a miracle tells you that they are hypocrites. The fact that Christians think that these miracles they think every day is always our God, when the same type of stuff happens in every other religion the same way, then what God saved them, you don't get it. Now, does it mean that the embassy of the Most High don't do things? No, I did not say that. But they are going to serve the people the most who are not hypocrites. And this is where you start to get your blessings. The less of a hypocrite you are, the more energy and spirituality goes into you and you build up your spiritual strength. That's why I keep trying to tell the Congolese people, yo, we're trying to tell you, you are very powerful, but you're giving too much of your energy to Rome's creation. Yesu Zombie has nothing to do with the so-called Jesus Christ that these people gave us, because you cannot even multiply. You shouldn't have to work the jobs that they're giving you. That's the problem. You shouldn't eat. If you're retired, that whole retirement thing is a scam. That is your bribe. They're putting you out to pasture because they know that you're a cow. We got to stop being cattle and start waking up that we are more than cattle. If you can't understand this concept, there's nothing we can do to help you. When you stop thinking like cattle is when we start manifesting like power. This is the thing. They want you grazing, eating grass, and not paying attention that you're headed to the butcher shop. That's what's going on right now. Right now, everybody's headed to the butcher shop. That's why you see people is dropping like flies. I done told people this. You know, I just saw an incident. Somebody passed away up in Springs. Yeah, anytime you die this type of year, you're being sacrificed. This is a Halloween sacrifice. The witches and warlocks are really busy right now handing over power, especially with this fake election. I tell people, if you don't study the electoral college, you don't know how it works. And I loved it when I remember I watched a video about KRS-One and Mike Epps, and they started laughing at you because they said nobody picks the president. The whole thing they really have the primaries and all the other things that they do is you pick your representative and then they go pick your president. This is what the numbers in the electoral college means. This is why people can win a popular vote and lose the electoral vote, because the person that you picked was told to pick this person. It's always been rigged. And they're laughing at you. Oh, they're trying to buy these and they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. It's all a game because they're on the same side. for those who know the truth. They're mocking you because you're electing your pharaoh. You're electing your emperor of Rome. No longer is he just picked by bloodline, which he technically still is. That's why you get the person they pick for you. They're still picking the bloodline, but now you vote on which version of the bloodline you get. They're all the same. This is the joke. They're all coming from the false Messiah. And they're like, yeah, you just pick which version of the false Messiah you want. And these people have been recycled. You're going to be tripping off of that. I told people, I know who Donald Trump is. I know, you see, like I said about Don King and Donald Trump, they're the same spirit. Yeah, it's the same. Donald Trump was the one, and his spirit was actually running the boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Even though he was only a teenager. You don't even know, like I said. These people, even Hillary Clinton was a part of that. You think that she wasn't? There's a reason why her husband met Kennedy. You don't get it. Okay? The whole purpose of why Kennedy was dealt with is he was on the verge of where he was now understanding, and he didn't realize it, that our people were in fact bankrolling the system. That's why he gave his secret society speech. Because he understood what actually is happening with the banks. It's not what you think. Okay? Let's go to this one here. Because this is going to give you more in tune and clarity. This is why they want you to tell this is junk, because it talks about it. What was the sin really of the old world? Okay? They had a holy book. See? Great wisdom in Goma was needed for building the ark. That has not changed. There's no true ark to build, but you need to have wisdom to actually know how to save people from the fires and the depths of hell that's coming for them, and also this next phase. Okay? Which was to have space for all beings on earth, even the spirits. See? Only the fishes did not have to be provided for. Yeah, because they became, and that's why they became fish food. So technically, when they keep showing you the fish tank and the fish food in symbolism, that's you. That's why I said they know you're getting fish to giving to the fish god. Noka acquired the necessary wisdom from the book given to Adama and the Maliki Razia. Now, of course, I'm going to say Lazia. Now, that's where they get the word lazy. I bet you, as a mockery. It's a demon of lazy, but that would be pronounced Lazia. But it's Raziel, because you know how they changed it, Razieli, and which all celestial and all earthly knowledge is recorded. That right there is the whole concept of what gives you your understanding. The relationship you have with Noka or Hanoka, as I told you, Adama, if you are not connected to the correct Adama, the correct Adam, you're connected to the evil version rather than the good version. Okay? This is where you become a drone mentally. You just do what everybody else does and don't question it. That's the idea of the last 500 years or more for those who did not catch on that you're paying to the wrong temple. And they keep using, and see, the way they tricked you, oh, but we have to render unto what is Caesar, what is Caesar's. But then Caesar is telling you that he represents the Most High. So why is he charging you tax when the Most High provides everything? That's the deception. That was the shift in the thinking that made you think that they're not talking to Jupiter no more when they are. And then they're telling you he's a planet. And he manifests like that all through the whole deception in their fake sky. Oh, but that's conspiracy theory. He's putting out false knowledge. When I only taught it, and I said, this stuff has to be fake. Somebody's not telling the truth. When I'm sitting there in the schools and I'm like, okay, something's not adding up. And then I said, it goes back to exactly what I said when I was a teenager to my own father. When I said, how can we go from this knowledge to that knowledge and they're both right? Something is not right. How can the church knowledge and the school knowledge both be right? But then at the same time, even there's flaws in the Bible that I could see. Oh, no, this book is all true. No, watch this. This is not what's going on now or what was going on then. That's what made us dangerous to the people who knew that they had rewritten the Bible. I said, there's no way this would have happened like this. It couldn't have been right. Something is off. What did they change? Okay? These are the subtle hints that the Father was giving to people, like the real breadcrumbs of the Hansel and Gretel, to get us out of the witches and the witch's house. That's who we really are. We're trying, the Mosai set the breadcrumbs to get us out of the witch's house, because the Banabetu of the Solele are the true Hansel and Gretel. Yeah. Get away from that witch. She's eating people. Okay? You don't even know that story tells about the 12 tribes and the other people who listen to us. Yo, you don't want to go to that witch's house and it's covered in candy. Why do you think they always promoting candy on every single holiday? Have you not noticed that yet? And cookies and cakes. Hello, go back to the story of the witch. They're doing now, right? They do Halloween with candy and cakes. Then you go and do Christmas, and then they also do Thanksgiving with also Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July. Hello, you didn't catch on yet? And I'm sure they do the same thing over there in Europe where they have the Boxing Day and all of these things. They have the candy, and they do it even for St. Patrick's Day and all of this stuff, the green cookies and cakes. It never changes. Nobody understands this. The cookies and the cakes and everything is to go to lure you into the house of the witch. And then the Mosai said, but they're mocking us with the whole thing about the crumbs, because remember he said the Canaanites get the crumbs. So he said, I'm doing the reversal. Let me lead you back to the bread, to leave you the crumbs to get out of the house of the witch, because she putting everybody in there. She got all the bread now that she shouldn't have, and she giving people crumbs to bring to her house for the cookies and cakes. And they're doing it everywhere. And you don't even know the name of the witch, her real name, the original name. Who is she? Really? That's the deception. Okay? And it says, while the first pair were still in paradise, which it really wasn't the first pair, they're lying. It's the second pair. See, they don't, and this is the part that trips me out. They still put her name, they say the children of Lily and Adama, but they were the second pair of Mama Ava. Ava gave him the promise. When Ava came back from a walk in paradise, he found a howling, screaming child with Ava, who replied to his question, told him it was Samael's. Now, see, this is why I could be convinced that this might be the child, but he wasn't born from Lily, okay? And of course, the vexation, and he got upset, and supposedly he ate this child, and this is the payback, okay? And this is when he came that he penetrated the heart of Adama. And this will be why they say your heart is wicked. Who could know it? Okay? So we know that what the real holy book does, or what they call holy, really means evil, but what the Nkanda Nyanzambi does is it takes the heart of the Father and puts the heart of the Father in you. This is the real truth. If the heart of the Father is in you, and this was the secret that the Messiah was saying with the heart, and this is what they mocked you with Rome and the wrong heart. If you have the heart of the Father in you, then you lack nothing. And you don't need the mammon. You don't need the paper. Okay? You don't need it. You know, because like I told you, the Secret Service catalogs everything. Gold coins. They got the mint is what they're called. Now you know why they really call the mint. Okay? The mint is like a candy. Hello? Okay? Going to sleep in here. Also, when they catalog the numerology, every single country does it the exact same way. And then on top of that, their leaders are funneling that money, that gold out of there to become minted once again, because the earth is the temple. And the gold that's in the earth is being stolen. This is why they want to show you that aliens are always looking for gold, because the aliens are in fact demons. They're harvesting the gold from the Most High, and then they're giving it to you. And I said, the stupid us is like, no, they got to give all that gold they're harvesting back. This is what Lucifer's been doing. This is what the spirit of Esau, who's a demon, has been doing. He flies around and he harvests all the gold, and then he gives it to these people. Now you can give them their paper. That's why they never run out. But then the problem is he knows, but the real gold we're making money off of is those who believe what we're teaching them to be true. These people here. That's why they need us to focus on the things that don't matter to the Father at all. And they know it. That's why they want you to be materialistic in mind. And that's why they want you to think that you're not stealing from the temple when you are. This is the mixing of the spirits. So like I said, let people continue to laugh at us. Let people continue to think we're stupid. Let people continue to think we're serving the devil. Okay, I just gave you the way out of the matrix, and people want to say, I work for Lucifer. Okay, go right ahead. Because only being like Masindisi pays your bills 100% clean. Canceled. Only receiving, that's why you're in your house, have to know what Messiah you worship or work with. Because the wizards and warlocks out here are going to continue to spin you in different directions. Wayward doctrines, like it says in the Bible. And they're using the Bible to mock you. Because they know that you mixed it. You're serving two masters. You're just meant to think that you're not. No, you're not serving two masters. Okay, yes you are. Wake up, McFly. Because your whole body can turn into gold if you actually know how to manifest in the spirit. That's the whole reason why Masindisi said, do not take anything, because you won't need it, because you're going to get the gold from the kingdom, from the Malakis. They'll give you the gold. So then why tell people, why say it And then it's not happening with you or anyone else, the whole world. The people preach it, oh yeah, you can get the Most High's blessings, but then why are they begging for you to give it to them? Where is that collection plate going? If the Umbasi bring the blessings of the Father, then they don't need it from you. But you bring to the Father all that you have, but what Father do you bring it to if you're working with somebody or anybody out here that is not thinking that they're a thief when they are? If you bring your tithes and offering to one that the Father calls a hypocrite or someone out here who's stealing from the temple, then you're going to get cursed as a malik, as a banabetu of Isaele. And so then when you go back to the Father, he's like, what? You weren't listening to the right spirit. You were always stealing from me. This is important. This is why they want you focusing on these fake stars on television. This is why they want your children playing video games. This is why they want you busy going to sporting events. This is why they created all this stuff. This is why they want you rushing off to go gamble and say, let me see if I can strike it rich. When you are supposed to be the bank. That's a laugh. They're laughing at you with Vegas and Cripple Creek and all these things and these big shows that they put on. Because they know you're giving your inheritance away in their fake churches, in their fake countries, in their fake governments. The Mosai said passports that they have invented is the most satanic thing you can ever imagine. You don't even know why they do that. I found out why. I was like, these people don't have no sense how stupid this is. I'm like, it's crazy. All the passport is proving you're going from one corporation to the other, that you are the property of this corporation. That's why they always say, I said, that's why the American passport is the one that gets the worst. Because we are the dollar's Mammon spirit. Our dollar is what everything is based off of. So, of course, when you come to their countries, they're going to exploit you. Do you not understand this? We are the founders of the Mammon spirit for this system. Because George Washington is exactly what they base everybody's currencies off of. Why do you think they're getting upset that they want to stop doing that? And that's what it's saying. But all of you trying to get away from the dollar, you're Masons like us. What are you talking about? You still work for the pig cult. Because that's what George Washington was. He was the pig cult. So what are you talking about? That's why Tatanzami was saying, I will turn the pig cult against itself now. That's what Zechariah 5:1 is. That is what is going on with the whole thing about burning the whore with fire. So now the woman who then made the pig and roasted it, and then they torched Tammuz, and then they made you put the cross on your forehead to say Isus. Okay, he is the risen, and then she did. I'm going to go get him from the underworld, and I'll bring him back in 3 days to prove that I'm going to fulfill the prophecy of Messiah. Yeah, right. Okay, she was cheating. And you're doing it in the opposite time frame completely. And they know it. Okay? Let me do the song. And we'll get into it. And I'm hoping that people will start to understand. And I will do the question and answering. Okay? Again, I don't own the rights to this. So that's why I'm going to... they wanted me to show you the deception of the dove. Okay? The magician. The fake magician Why do they always use the dove? Okay, this is the spirit of Sophia. So this is how you're going to know if someone is really the Most High or not. They took his dove and promise, and they turned it into a magic show with the sorcerer. So now the dove, do you think is the Most High, is now become Sophia. That's the magician, and then he'll use the dove and say, and you see the doves going everywhere, and he'll multiply these things. Those people are literally using magic, and I mean dark magic. Those tricks that you see that those magicians are doing, a lot of them are not actually things that that's why they say when we teach you, you cannot share the trick, because a lot of them are going into the book of Lucifer to do it. They really are, the book of the dead. The book of life and book of dead in Egypt is the same. It's actually not any different. They're both books of the dead. And Helios, it was called the Helios Biblios in the Phoenician culture, which is why their city was called Biblios. So they know that the Helios Biblios has been mixed with the Nkanda Nzambe, and they have now called this the Bible. And that's why when Toko and Kimbangu came and said, don't keep just teaching this wicked doctrine. That's why when he went to go get all the other things that were taken, because they did have our information, because they took the bread and they divvied it up amongst themselves. That's what happened in 1485. We had the bread. We had the bread right there. Even with the Ethiopian Bible, the Bible that they had in the Kingdom of Congo was even better than that. We had the bread. And we were starting to dole it out the way we should. And they're like, oh no, this ruined, because there already was Christianity in Africa at that time. That's why we were so dangerous. When we started to show people that the Christian Ethiopians and the Catholics and everybody else in Islam was a twisted version of our two teachings, yeah, they had to get rid of us. Yeah, the sorcerer had to say no, because I told you, he came from us. That's a problem. Because King Nzinga in 1485 was above Pope Innocent in the true world. He was the real boy. Pope Innocent was the fake at that time. Okay? So yeah, whenever you see the dove coming out of the magician's cuffs, that is Simon the sorcerer. That is the demonic energy. And you're just standing there clapping and you're going, yeah, when your children are doing it, and you're cursing your own children in the kingdom, especially the Banabeta of Isaele. Magic is satanic. I'm telling you, they're making it look good. It's not. All magicians are Sweeney Todd, Tubal Cain, Lucifer. That's the mystery of all magicians. We are Satanists. They know. That's the big mystery of magicians, men or women. They are Luciferians. The magic comes from the devil. And they just put it out there on television like, oh, nothing's wrong. But see, the Christians being so brainwashed don't know that they're doing it in the church. You got magicians up there in front of you every single day preaching. Oh, we're going to teach the Bible study. How are you going to learn the Bible from a magician? Okay? The magician cannot teach you the truth. That's what the Talmud said. The whole world is deceived. How is the magician going to teach the truth when his magic comes from the devil? He said the real power of multiplicity comes from the one that does not deal in any divination whatsoever, does not mix Nkanda Nzambe with Helios Biblios. No. This is why now, oh, you're going to love this. Because he's setting it up. As we continue to rise, they're going to continue to fall, or we're going to be a duel going on, but they're going to see how dumb they really were to think that they're not learning the Bible from a magician, that they're not learning the Quran from a magician, that they're not learning the Torah from a magician, that all their books are coming from magicians who are playing people because they know that their power comes from the temple of Tatakongo, of Tatanzambi. And even when they're acting like they're telling the truth, they're really spitting and pissing on the grave. Okay? That's the whole secret, is they have to spit and piss and do whatever on the grave of the real temples. That is how they get wealthy. And then they have to consume the blood as well of the lambs. Of whose lambs? Yeah. And then they say these prayers. Yeah, their prayers are putting divination on the whole world. This is the concept of why the whole world will now perish, just like in the days of Noka, while the magicians have you thinking the opposite. And the people who are trying to tell you this, oh, we're the idiots. We're conspiracy. That's what the days of no. Oh, you're brainwashed. I know the truth. How can you? Where is your multiplicity? That's why the Father said, oh, it's not time yet. We will humiliate people. There are people in Africa that know what I'm talking about, but they'll call them sorcerers. And I honor them because I know that they're doing it right. It's just that when you're in places that people are really blind, oh yeah, they're going to come doing the witch hunt on you. They'll call you just like what they did back in the days of the, what do you call them? The Scarlet Letter. They come to your house with the burn the witch. Yeah. That's what they'll do. I try to tell people that here in America, they're still burning witches, man. You don't even know. Oh, yeah, burn the witch. Okay? Go burn that sorcerer. Go burn. Yeah, that's the witch. And the doggone sorcerer standing right there with the one that got him lighting the pitchforks and the torches. This is some of the things they did to us back in the day. They want to come burning us, and it's the warlock and the witch that's telling them to go burn people. That's what happened to the Masons, by the way. I was sitting there like, a warlock burned a warlock. What the heck are you talking about? The Pope himself was a warlock and he burning you. What do you mean? Okay? That's what happened there. Because they caught on, the one warlock caught on, is like, but it's still the same. Hello? This is the whole concept of what these people did, the Sanhedrin. They were witches and warlocks in their families, their wives and everything, man. And they're going to go burning you, and they man, come on. Yo. Witches and warlocks were burning witches and warlocks, and they themselves knew it. And then they go burning the people who actually had the real power. And it's like, what are you doing? You're listening to the warlock who's burning other warlocks, and we're the ones with the real power. But, oh, no, shh. I don't understand this. It's like this is how deceived the world really is. The warlock is telling you to go burn the witch and the warlock, and that person actually had the real power. And it's like, what are you doing? That's everything that happened in slavery and afterwards. That's really how the lynchings took place. All they had to do was lie. Didn't even happen. Yes, did we do some bad things? We did. But there were those of us that did nothing. It's like, what did we do? Okay? That's the issue. All right, let me play the music, and then we'll get after it. And again, I don't own the music. But yeah, that's how you can tell you're watching a video. If they do anything with magic in the Christian music, That's the sorcerer. If you see anything, man, and they have symbols of the Masonic things too. But anything with the dove and the thing with the magic, that's the Simon the Sorcerer. And they're putting hexes on people. Yombe, Yombe, Yepoanie, Rapinine, you said Congo, you see Christo, this is the real worship. This is the way. And Zilla Congo Bant way. But then you do the jump in and they do the transfer of energy. You better make sure that transfer of energy is not the sorcerer. On the way. Yes, well. Sadai. Sadai. It's Sadai. Sadai. That's where you get Sadi. This means servant. Yombe is Yombe and Zambe and God is the same. And it's Yepoa. We didn't say no Jehovah. That's Jupiter. Yombe Yepoa Niye. Yepoa literally means the way of salvation. Yesu Christu, all Yesu Christu means the anointed Savior, the anointed one, and Yesua means the way that saves. And Yesu was abbreviated. We never said no. Yeshua was they added the H for the Helios Biblios guy, the sun god. Tumba. That's how we said Psalms. Psalms is a word that comes from the Greeks. And that was their psalm book to sing to Zeus and Jupiter, by the way. Yeah. And they attached it to ours. Zambi Tatu. Okay? That's the real train. One top Zambi Tatu. The three. Tatanzambi, Yeswe Nanzambi, and the Manavelana, Moyan Peve. The real spirit of Congo, that's the spirit of Congo, not the spirit of Lucifer. Mungu Davidi. Okay, we said Davidi, you know. That's our biggest problem, man, is witches and warlocks of our own people. Okay, we want to always be with the real Nsimba, not the imposter Nsimba, which means firstborn. The real Nsimba, Kuswa Congo, not the fake one, Nimrod, who ain't the firstborn, or the Enlili, stupid, demon de lie. Kuswa Congo Fumo Yisu. We're doing with the evil twin way too much, and he's still messing with people's head, you know. See, my wife was tripping because they got the grass skirts in Africa, and they think they just got them from Hawaii. Yeah, right. They don't even know. We had the grass skirts too. Yombe. The 12 tribes wore the grass skirts sometimes too. You're gonna find that out. Yeah, man. The 12 tribes of the Bible had the grass skirts on too. Yeah, now you know Hawaii, you're gonna say, what? See, no European had to teach us how to do this. Not one of them. We knew this before the European them. Go somewhere. Yes, way. She has to say with the J. Yes, way. It's yes, way. See? She got to say with the Jesu way. See? They're telling you that's why. But then they got the Jehovah's Witness telling them that he was white, and they're looking at themselves. Look, that's the Most High in the sun. Hey! These people singing this song that Jehovah's Witness don't know. The Messiah was black, and the Most High is black. All of the angels was black, and it was a black war, and they're covering it up. That's the Star Wars. Yep. Between two sets of black gods, that one manifested white now. You don't even know. The curse of Caina. Yombe. Yombe. And those who got cursed like that for killing people, the way they do it. It's one thing for the Most High to do it because it's righteous judgment. When you're doing it from the Luciferian perspective, that's why he don't see it the same. And that's why they don't think it's fair. Why Lucifer has to be bad when we kill it, but you do it is right. That's what they're doing to us. That's the unfairness that they see. Oh, so you get to kill people, it's okay, but when we do it, it's not right. Because he's the judge, he's the father. And that's the deception of the secret societies. They don't think it's fair. Those false gods don't think it's fair that he get to kill, but they don't. And that's why they keep tricking people. All right, so Kimball. So true wealth has nothing to do with what all of these people are fronting inside in front of you, doing the complete opposite of what the Messiah said. He said, lay your treasures in the kingdom. But then they got all of these showboats out here saying, look what I got. And that's the opposite of what the Messiah preached. And now when they go see the Most High, oh, you had the mansion and a nice car and all this stuff. You go down there with that. You don't need my kingdom. What for? You had it all there. You had the wealth, you had the riches, you had the nice cars, you had all this bling bling and everything. Then your heart goes with that. Oh, but didn't you give it to me? No. You did. That's what you got for robbing the temple. This is going to be the conversation with many people that when they're going to face the judgment that's coming, that's going to be your number one killer. Listening to the opposite of the stupid goat god. Wealth does not come with stacking dollars or how many houses you got or how many cars you drive. That's why the Bible literally says your money cannot save you. This is the Mammon spirit got everybody deceived. And now that's why people are feminizing and masculating the opposites. Because they're switching the spirits around about men, women, and all this. That's what Romans 1:18 is talking about. He said, if you want to worship these gods, then your children will deal with opposite sexness. If you want to deal with these gods, then you're going to be always dealing with crime. And that's why, and you're going to be doing things. They kind of coded it when it said inconvenient. The inconvenience is the Sodom and Gomorrah stuff, spiritually or physically. Because the concept is there's no inconvenience that you have to go through, or inconvenient also means working your butt off 3, 4, and 5 jobs to pay bills that they're laughing at you because they know that everything they get is for free. And they get write-offs and they get, oh yeah, come and do this. They doing freebies and you down here busting your butt. You don't get it. The world above you does not operate the same way. That's why they don't show you that. They don't have to do half the stuff that you got to do, except the inconvenient stuff to keep it. Yeah. You don't even want to see how these billionaires stay billionaires. It's about to all be revealed. And they control all the money to your churches. If you think they do not, then you fool yourself. Your pastor cannot get a paycheck without billionaires. Not one of them. Your politician cannot get money without billionaires. And where the billionaires get their money from, that is the deception. It's not coming from our Father. No way, he's not a hypocrite. But you're going to keep listening to the hypocrites, go right ahead. Because when the stock market and all these stock markets crash, it ain't going to just be ours, okay? When the Most High bring down all these rich people and they crash, okay, we're going to see who's who then. Because it's going to happen. Micaiah's going to crash everything. He's going to send him down. Mikaele and all the Maleki Kongo coming down, they're going to destroy this entire system completely. All the archangels and the rest of them. You think that you're going to be able to stand with the one who's just by himself? I don't think so. When he got his butt kicked by one, how you think he's going to deal with the rest of them? Yo, you better catch on to this. Because when they show up, boy, they already done start. The purge has already begun, but you're thinking it's them. No, the Most High is in their hearts, even of these stupid people that don't understand that they cannot defeat the Most High. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's like, this is how really Looney Tunes they are. We're going to stop the Most High no matter what. I won already. Now watch me. Watch me work. When you're going to see how the Most High won already, this is when you're going to say, wow, we really should have been listening to these people and not these people. We really should have been understanding this and not that. I already know how the Most High won. I already seen it. You're going to see. You're going to be shocked. They gave me the revelation. I don't know the day, but they've seen how when it happens, you're going to be like, whoa, it's going to catch them on unawares. They think they got it figured out. No, they don't. They'll never see this coming. None of them will. All right. Zola Queen Sambalova.